Trusting the spiritual father. Geronda. If someone becomes very upset because the spiritual father has reprimanded him over some fault and then feels great sadness, does this contain hidden egoism? Of course it does. This contains egoism too. But if he repents according to the will of God, he will find consolation. He will make spiritual progress, for he will try to avoid repeating the same mistake. But he must share his difficulties, his thoughts, his faults with a spiritual father and joyfully accept both his mild and his strict behavior. For all things are done out of love and concern for the progress of his soul. But Geronda, what if I don't accept his reprimand or his directive? If you don't accept it, you will remain uncorrected. Those who do not accept advice, even from those who love them, will finally remain useless persons without any spiritual benefit, through their own fault. Like the wooden boards that do not accept the planning of the carpenter so as to become fine furniture, but instead end up being used in concrete molds or on scaffolding to be walked on and made muddy, until in the end they are thrown into the fire. So also such people will in the end be destroyed. Geronda. When someone disagrees with his spiritual father on something, what must he do? He must simply and humbly tell his thought. Of course, great care and attention is needed in selecting a spiritual father whom you can trust and be at peace with his spiritual guidance. Geronda. Is it beneficial to insist on your own opinion when you see something differently from the spiritual father? No, because you can't fully know what is hidden behind what you consider incorrect. For example, for one to fully understand what is behind a certain action of his spiritual father, the spiritual father may have to reveal the confession of another. Is it ever permitted to reveal the confession of another? Absolutely not. Let's say that you have agreed with a spiritual father to see you at a specific time, but another person comes with suicidal thoughts and so he takes that person first. Now you may think, he took him first and is scorning me. But how can the spiritual father explain to you that the other person has thoughts of suicide? If he were to offer this explanation, he would be destroying the other person. On the other hand, if you are scandalized or feel slighted, well, this is not a matter of any serious consequence. Once some people who came to the Kalevi were scandalized in such a way. There was a man who, after a lot of prodding, was convinced by his family to come and talk with me. And I accepted him with joy. I kissed him, I gave him a komboskoini to say his prayers, as well as a small icon. The others who were there were scandalized. They said, "The elder did not pay any attention to us. That poor fellow was a prodigal. I knew a few things about his life. He left us a changed man. Let others be scandalized 1,000 times. You must not, for the sake of putting one person at ease through a revealing explanation, destroy another person who is going through far more serious issues."